instead. I have some yogurt going in my Instapot. I have some chicken I'm going to prepare in my slow cooker for this week, along with some other meals that I want to make together to get ready for freezer meals. These butternut squash and zucchini and things are from my garden, so I was looking up some recipes to use these for, and I also picked up some jalapenos at the farmer's market because we went through that cowboy candy. It was a big hit. So I'm going to make a double batch this time. I know I didn't last time because I wasn't sure how we'd like it. How I am going to cut these butternut squash up for my recipe is I'm just going to nick them in a few places, and then I'm going to soften them up. So I'm going to put them in just to kind of get them soft, and then I'm going to come and cut them up. I think I'm going to get the freezer meals done with you all today. I'm not sure if I'm going to break this up into a couple different videos. I'm going to do quite a bit today, and I don't want it to be, you know, like a 2-hour video, obviously. So I'm going to get an apron on, and I'm going to get some stuff prepped, and then we will get some freezer meals done together. All right? See you soon. Here, you guys. I've been dicing or chopping onions, some zucchini, sweet potatoes, and now I'm going to work on these butternut squash. I just cut off the bottom and the top so I could get a nice level surface, and then I'm just going to go straight down the middle. It's not cooked, it's just I just wanted to kind of soften it a little bit. So there we go. I am just going to scoop out the seeds with a spoon here, and then I'm going to peel it. You don't have to peel. You can, some people eat this peeling, but I'm going to peel it, and then I'm just going to dice it. All right, so I'm going to get these prepped up. Then I will come back in and we'll do our freezer meals. I'm going to do some really good ones, you guys. I'm going to do some, it's called Indian butter chicken, but it has no butter in it. It's just that delicious. I'm going to do some meatless ones, some butternut squash spicy soup, just a bunch of really yummy ones. Some chicken cacciatore. Let's see, let me look. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. Chicken cacciatore, sweet potato quinoa stew, sausage, sweet potato, peppers, onions. That's like a one you throw on a sheet pan and bake it. But these are all just going, they're going in they're freezer dump meals. So going in the freezer where you can just pull them out whenever you're ready. Pesto chicken and veggies. Butternut squash cauliflower curry. That one, I have to make sure I have cauliflower. I don't know. I have cauliflower rice, so I might just throw cauliflower rice in there. African Thai stew and the Indian butter chicken. Those are the ones I'm planning. Come back. See you soon. I'm going to get this all prepped up so you're not just watching me chop. So I have been super productive. I have been prepping. And I'm ready to start putting these freezer meals together. I divided my chicken up into bags. So let's start with the chicken one. These freezer bags I have doubled because when you do one freezer bag, they're good in the freezer for about 3 months. If you do double, they're good for a good 6 months. So let's go ahead and start with this Indian butter chicken, which actually doesn't have butter in it. I have 2 pounds of chicken. Now, mine are frozen, so I did not cut them up, but you can cube them so it cooks faster. 1.5 cans of tomato sauce. 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So 1/2 cup of chicken broth. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I'm not melting it because it's going in the freezer. And 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric. 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to put a scoop in there. And then a teaspoon of cumin. It's going to have some nice flavor in it. 2 teaspoons of gram masala. So gram masala, I just got this at the regular grocery store. I bought this a little while ago for another recipe. 1 garlic clove. And 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger. I think I'm going to use some freeze-dried ginger because I did not dig any ginger up. Using what we have, that is it. Slow cooker 4 to 6 hours. On low, Instapot 8 minutes. And then to serve, we can add some coconut cream to it, some lime juice, and a little cilantro. So I'm going to try that out tomorrow. And this is number 1 done. From the state of my kitchen, you can see it's been a very busy and productive day. So let's move on to the Chicken Cacciatore. If you're not growing your own stuff, you can maybe try to find some already cubed frozen organic butternut squash or things like that to make it easier. I'm trying to, grow my own food or support my local farmers. If you guys can't grow your own, aren't gardeners, find where you can from your farmer's market or at your local stores. I know they have some organic in the freezer section. You can try that. So just trying to make cooking at home affordable and easy so we can be healthy, learn to heal from the inside out, and save money as well. Adapt these recipes to how it fits your lifestyle. Okay? All right, let's move on. So this is the Chicken Cacciatore, 2 pounds of chicken, 2 cups of mushrooms. Now I have some dehydrated mushrooms here that I dehydrated. So because they're dehydrated and it says 2 cups, I'm going to use, I could even use like a half a cup, but I think I'm going to use, I like mushrooms, I'm going to use a cup. So like I said, use what works for you. Then 2 cups diced tomatoes with the juice. So here I have this, I brought out some of my tomatoes as well, but I had this organic can of diced tomatoes, so I'm going to use this up first. So just showing you how versatile it can be. And these, I think these organic Simple Nature ones, I believe they are at Aldi, but I know Walmart has some too. And then 1 onion. Look at all these onions, you guys. I got these at the farmer's market and I just diced them all up. I thought whatever I don't use, I'm going to throw in a baggie and freeze them so I'll have my onions all diced up. So an onion is usually about a cup. A cup of carrots. I had these organic carrots left over. A half a cup of chicken broth. Once again, my chicken broth from that I just thawed out from the freezer. There we go. A tablespoon of parsley. So a tablespoon of freeze-dried parsley. So I do have some out there, but I thought it's kind of dark. It gets dark early now, you guys. We're in fall. So I just thought I'll just use the freeze-dried for now. 2 cloves of garlic. So clove is about, I think it's either a teaspoon or a tablespoon, but I love garlic, so I'm going to go with a tablespoon. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic. Salt, pepper, like a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of oregano. Because these are all my fresh herbs. Salt in there. And then it says half a teaspoon of pepper. I use this container, but I just grind up my peppercorns and throw it in here. Just works easier for me, and then I don't have to grind it every time. That is it for the Chicken Cacciatore. There you go. Mix that up. And this one will be 15 minutes in the Instapot or 4 to 6 hours in the slow cooker. Now this, when my mom used to make Chicken Cacciatore when we were growing up, she used to serve it over rice. So I know people serve it with pasta, however you want to have it. I personally like to throw them in my, if you're in a hurry and you have an Instapot, great. But what I like to do is just throw them in early on low and then just leave it all day. All right, moving on. This one is the Pesto chicken. So we're going to do 2 of the pesto chickens and veggies. Okay, good, because I'm going to use up my zucchini here. 4 chicken breasts, so I have 4 in each. Onion, so I'm going to put some onion in each. Zucchini. I'm going to do quite a bit of zucchini because whatever I don't use here, I am going to dehydrate up. It says carrots, corn, and Brussels sprouts. So I don't have any Brussels sprouts, so I just put a little extra zucchini in there. Why not? So let's do some carrots. I'll just use the rest of these. Corn. Put some corn in there. It also has dried ranch dressing. Now, dried ranch dressing is super easy to make, you guys. I make some here. I just put parsley, dill weed, onion powder, salt, pepper, and I use the dried buttermilk powder. Couldn't find it online. I'm just gonna put a tablespoon of each of these. I got some organic pesto sauce. So I'm just literally gonna put like a tablespoon. Oop, that was a little bit more in each. So there you go. That's super pretty, you guys. So that's the pesto chicken. Same, like another 12 to 15 minutes or 4 to 6 hours in the slow cooker. There we go. So let's move on. Ooh, let's do the spiced butternut squash soup. This one calls for 1 cup of onion, and I'm going to put the squash at the bottom too because it's the heaviest. So 6 cups of butternut squash. This is all my butternut squash I cut and diced. Okay, that is 6 cups of butternut squash, 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. That's kind of where the spice comes in. 3 cloves of garlic, 1 cup of coconut milk, half a teaspoon of cumin, and a tablespoon of curry powder. This is going to be some delicious butternut squash soup. Tablespoon of curry powder. Oh, that smells so good. Now, let's try, it's called cauliflower curry. Okay, yeah, so the beans in them are red lentils. I don't have red lentils, so I'm going to use some organic split. I hope it works. I think they will work just fine. So for these, take 2 cups of butternut squash, 1 onion in each, and then a half a cup of red lentil, 1 cup diced tomato. I'm gonna open a jar of mine, 1 cup in this one. These are the tomatoes that I canned with the skin on. Super easy. 1 cup of coconut milk. These are gonna be so good, you guys. 2 cloves of garlic, 2 cups of cauliflower. Now, I have this riced cauliflower that I took out of the freezer, and I have some dehydrated cauliflower. That's what I found in my house. If you have cauliflower, you can just do big chunks of cauliflower in there. 3 tablespoons of curry powder, and 1 cup of water or broth. Oh, turmeric, salt, and pepper. Surprised it calls for turmeric when curry powder has so much turmeric in it already. But hey, I will put it in there. It says to broth. So it's chicken broth or water. So I'm going to do a half a cup of chicken broth and a half a cup of water. We have these 2 cauliflower curries. An easy meatless meal. Don't have a problem with meat, but you know what? It's economical, and every once in a while, it does not hurt to have a meatless meal. Let's move on. African Thai stew. Let's do that. This is another meatless one, all right? So we're going to have some meatless selections in the freezer. This one, onion. Some onion in there. I'm so glad I had all this stuff chopped up first with my handy dandy chopper. Sweet potato. So I'm going to do half sweet potato and half butternut squash. So I need the sweet potato for some other meals. So I split up a half a cup of sweet potato between each of them. And then I put butternut squash in each of them too. And then garlic. Then we've got diced canned tomatoes. So we will definitely put those in there. We'll put the rest of those in there. And canned chickpeas. Now I rinsed and drained and washed these. Whole can of chickpeas in each of them. Cumin, curry powder, lime juice, fresh ginger. Now for that ginger, I had the freeze dried. So let's put some freeze dried ginger in each of them. I don't have any fresh limes, so this is what we're going to have to use today. Okay, so we got some lime juice in there. Cumin. Do a half a teaspoon of cumin in each one. Pepper at the end of cooking. So these can go either in the Instant Pot or the slow cooker. Now there's no meat in here, so they don't really have to cook very long. I would say maybe even 3 to 5 minutes in the Instant Pot, and maybe a couple hours in the slow cooker. When it's almost done, you're going to add some peanut butter and some cranberries. And that is going to make this African Thai stew. And this one I would probably serve over rice. That's what I would do. And if you don't eat rice, you can do cauliflower rice. All right, friends, welcome back. So let's wrap up and finish this big kitchen day that we had. All right. So we're going to finish it off with 4 meals, 2 meals in 4 separate bags. All right. And then I will show you everything that we have done together in the kitchen. Now remember, I did start my yogurt today, this morning. I've got this Indian butter chicken going in the crock pot. It smells amazing, you guys. It's almost done. I added a little bit of jasmine rice in here. I thought that would be good with it. And then I'm just going to let it finish while we're done cooking and while I put everything away. And then I'm going to cool it down, put it in the fridge, and then divide it up tomorrow. Then I have my cowboy candy, which is sitting over on the counter because you can see how we've been using this counter today. It's been insane. All right. And then I'm going to lay out all the meals. I'll take a picture, show you everything we did, and then we'll say goodnight. I'm going to put everything away, and then I am just going to probably watch a couple of my favorite homesteaders while I fall asleep and unwind. All right, so let's finish these two off. I really appreciate you guys staying with me. Sweet potato, which is supposed to be sweet potato, but I mixed it with the butternut squash because I had more of that than sweet potato. So I did sweet potato and butternut squash quinoa stew. So this is also another meatless meal. And normally this is just sweet potato. So if you just have sweet potato or you just find the frozen cube sweet potato, that is really what the recipe calls for. So that's fine. 4 cups of sweet potatoes. I did 4 cups of sweet potatoes and butternut squash. 1 cup of black beans. I have a whole can. So I'm going to put a whole can in for each of them. I guess I didn't read that when I opened and rinsed and did all that for 2 extra protein and fiber. 1 cup of corn, 1 cup of diced tomatoes. So I'm just going to do half in that one, half in that one. It says 1 red onion. Well, I am not going to go out and get a red onion. I'm not going to cut any more onions. I am going to put the onion that I have there. Oh, it asks for lime juice. Let's put some lime juice in there. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And then 1/2 cup of quinoa. This is the extent of my quinoa. I haven't bought quinoa in a while, but this is what I have. So I'm just going to do 1/2 cup. This is so fun, you guys. It's fun for me because I've never tried any of these, and it's just kind of fun to try new recipes and easy ones. So if you try any of these, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I'm so interested if you like them, if you don't like them, if you changed them. Just let me know. I'm just curious. And moving on. Then we're going to do, 4 to 5 cups of chicken broth. Okay. In this recipe, it calls for 4 to 6 cups of chicken broth. So my advice would be, when you freeze it, I would not add the chicken broth to it. I would add the 4 to 6 cups of chicken broth right before you cook it. For the quinoa stew is 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. In the Instapot, 10 minutes, slow cooker, 3 to 4 hours. Now, for the final one, this is super easy. Sausage, sweet potatoes, peppers, onions, salt, pepper, Worcester. That is it. And this will just get poured out on a cookie sheet, baked at between 350 and 400. I've seen 2 different ways to go. And that's it. Got this organic sausage at Aldi. It's like chicken and apple. And then there was also another kind they had that was jalapeno and cheddar. So I mixed them together, and I am going to divide them between the 2 bags, mix the onion, zucchini, and peppers in there, and then salt, pepper, Worcester. That is it. When you're ready to take it out, you just spread it out on a cookie sheet, bake it for 350 to 400, wherever, I'll probably do 350. I do it almost everything at 350 for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. However it looks done. I couldn't find any exact time. And I heard the flavors are amazing. So here we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at I'm so happy. Y'all saw what my countertop looked like when we started, right? Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. Worcester. And some salt and pepper. Sausage, sweet potatoes, peppers, onions, salt, pepper, Worcester in a bag. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is going to be a lot of meals. I'm going to go show you a picture of how many meals it is. And the cowboy candy. And the condom. And this for the week. And the yogurt, which will be done tomorrow. Gosh, it's so good. Thanks for watching. Be blessed. Have a great night. Bye.